Young men nowadays are more feminine than ever, and not only that, they even look more feminine than ever. They have wide fatty hips, gyno, skinny arms, a fat stomach, and a recessed jawline. And this makes them feel very bad, and yet, they don't do anything about it. And that's why they stay looking soft. Do you want to look more masculine? Because younger me wanted to. I used to get bullied because I was really short and skinny. I was 150 centimeters, which is 4'11", and I weighed about 45 kilograms. And this was at age 14. And so I had this huge desire to start looking more masculine so that I could get more respect. And it took a few years until I perfected the training style that made me look more masculine. So I'm gonna save you years of struggle with this one video. And that sounds like a good deal to me. Now that I train like this, I would honestly say I look 10 times more masculine than the average man. And that's why I get so much more respect from people now. And to me, that's proof I look very masculine. And there were a few things I had to start doing on this journey, like changing my diet, improving my sleep schedule, and all these other habits, which I talk about in this video, which will show up in the top right corner of the screen. So you can add that into your watch later playlist and check it out after this video. But in this video, I want to talk about the specific muscles I started prioritizing to get that masculine look, and stay until the end because the last one is the most important one. Number 1, face muscles. You probably didn't expect this one to be here, right? If you want to have a masculine looking face, you need to do face exercises. The most effective face exercise that got me the most results is simply just chewing. There are others out there that I still do sometimes, and I'll leave a link for a video with a guy explaining it in the description so you can go check that out as well after this. But in this chapter, I want to talk about training the jaw muscles. I used to watch a lot of black pill videos. I was never one of those hopeless black pillers, but I did get into the black pill at one point in my life. And so I know all the black pill terms. And whenever I did an analysis of my face, I could always see that I have a pretty good jawline, but a very short ramus, which is the bone that goes from your ear to the end of the jawline. And now that I started chewing a lot, my ramus got so much longer, and it looks far better now. And I even feel like other parts of my face grew, like for example my cheekbones. Think about it. My bone structure literally changed just because I trained my chewing muscles. I just put gum in whenever I could. And so if you want a masculine looking face, do face exercises, but specifically jaw exercises. Number 2, forearms. When you think about the most masculine men today, what do they all have in common? They work with their hands. They pick stuff up and put it down. All through history, the most masculine men had to use their hands to work. And doing this every day would leave them with big ass forearms. And when you have big forearms, even if you didn't get them through picking up bricks, people will respect you more because it signals to their brain, okay, he is hardworking and masculine. And there are a lot of forearm exercises out there. And I used to do forearm curls and inverted forearm curls. And they never really worked for me. And if they work for you, that's nice. But if they don't, I'll tell you what works for me. I realized that every time I did a heavy set of shrugs, my forearms were blown out. And so I've realized that when I just hold the weight for as long as possible, I work both sides of the forearm, so I save time, and it works much better for me. So I started doing farmer carries. I also started doing hammer curls, because I learned that there are 3 major muscles in the forearm, and I am only training 2 of them with the farmer carries. So I started doing hammer curls to target the 3rd one, which is called the brachioradialis. And then all of the muscles in my forearms were finally growing. Number 3, neck. In order to look more masculine, you need a thick neck. Just look at Mike Tyson in his prime, or even any other boxer. The thick neck just makes them look far more masculine. When you have a thick neck, and you wear clothes where your physique is hidden, you still look jacked because of your neck. Having a bigger neck also makes your voice deeper. This is something I learned from the scientist called Andrew Huberman. I don't really understand why. I think it's because when the muscles around your throat get bigger, they start pressing on your throat, which makes your voice deeper. But that's just my theory. You can go research why it is if you want. But what you need to know is that it makes your voice deeper. And how do you train your neck? Well, there are simple exercises like neck curls, and those are very effective. You just wrap a towel around a weight plate. You lay down, you put it on your forehead, and curl it. And then you do the same thing, but you lay on your stomach, place it on the back of your head, and curl it backwards. Another thing I also learned from the scientist Andrew Huberman is that neck bridges don't really work well when it comes to putting on neck mass. All they do is improve neck mobility. What you could do instead of neck bridges is something called the ceiling kiss, which helps to train some of the deeper muscles in your neck. It's basically that you just tilt your head backwards and you pucker your lips upwards like you want to kiss the ceiling. They aren't as cool as neck bridges, but they are more effective. And so start training your neck more, because having a small neck just makes your physique worse, and That's a shame. Number 4, upper chest. The reason it's the upper chest and not the whole chest is because when you train the upper chest by doing some inclined dumbbell presses or something, it gives you that superhero look. It kind of separates your traps and your delts from the chest, and it just looks like you have a much bigger chest than you actually do. I am now starting to train much more upper chest because I used to slack on it. I used to follow Jeff Nippert's training program, and there is like one exercise for the upper chest, so I had to change that up. No hate to Jeff Nippert, by the way. He makes absolutely awesome videos, but I had to start training my upper chest more, and I do about 12 sets for my chest per week. And so instead of doing it 3 to 9, like 3 sets of upper chest and 9 sets of lower and middle chest, I completely reversed it and started doing 9 sets of upper chest and 3 sets of lower and middle chest. I didn't need to keep that one in. I just really like doing dumbbell flies because it gives me a really good stretch for my pecs when I go totally to the bottom. Because when your muscle is in the stretched part, that's when the most muscle growth is done. So whenever you train, you always want to emphasize the stretched part of the movement and stretch as much as possible. That's just an extra tip for you guys out there. Number 5, legs. You probably didn't expect this one to be here, did you? When I say legs, I don't mean quads or hamstrings. No, those are nice, and you definitely shouldn't skip them. But there is a muscle out there that has a much higher ROI to train if you want to start looking more masculine, and those are the glutes. When you start training your glutes, your physique literally takes a totally different shape. I know a bunch of guys who go to the gym who look jacked, but when you look at them, it always looks like there is something missing. They have this weird flat look. If I see them somewhere from far away, they don't even look jacked. Think about how sad that is. They go to the gym every day. They look absolutely jacked. But since they don't train their ass, they just look like normal skinny guys from far away. And so you don't want that. You want to look jacked in all areas. And so you need to start training your glutes and do specifically hip thrusts. RDLs and squats are nice, but they aren't as effective as hip thrusts when it comes to training your glutes. Oh, but hip thrusts are gay. Shut the fuck up. When I am at the gym doing fucking 100 kilograms hip thrusts for reps, how is that gay? When you do these exercises with heavy weight, you won't look gay. Like if you were to take like 20 kg and just rep it, yeah, that looks kind of zesty. But if you do heavy hip thrusts, you won't look gay. And if you feel gay doing hip thrust, you need to learn to detach away from worrying about what the people in the gym might think of you. You shouldn't completely just don't give a fuck, because that would be weird. But if you think that people are gonna judge you for doing hip thrusts, you should really learn to detach yourself from those thoughts, because I guarantee that 99% of the time, they are more worried about themselves looking weird. Alright, that's it for today. Go click on the subscribe button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, go join the Wisdom Clan with the first link in the description, and go do something productive now. Bye.